Today, we're joined by our guest, Dr. Beret Shwartz. Beret, welcome to the Women in AI Research podcast.
LLMs are now being used as the backbone of a lot of processes that are supporting like decision-making processes for everyday areas of our lives, like hiring or healthcare or law, and often without our knowledge. And so in these scenarios, if there is a certain cultural biases baked into these models, then it's very likely that they could like reinforce stereotypes or discriminate against people. So that could lead to like deepening already existing inequalities. These tools make the assumption about the user being from a certain culture. When the user from a different culture interacts with a language model, for example, they might feel misunderstood or experience the language model as less useful. And over time, what we tend to do as users is to adapt ourselves to the technology. If we adapt our communication style to be better understood by language models, we could over time run the risk of erasing both individual and cultural differences. I think we have conflicting requirements from LLMs at the moment, because on the one hand, we want them to, to some extent, like personalize the answers for users from diverse cultures. Maybe like when we interact them in like different languages or when we give them some cultural cues, we want to get something that's like giving us the answer what we expect to hear, but we're not yet there. Obviously, this is a hard problem. And yeah, as I mentioned earlier, like LLMs often assume a Western culture, even when they're prompted with specific languages from a non-Western country. But then on the other hand, we want to provide accurate information, especially where culture is irrelevant. And factual knowledge, mostly I would say like some factual knowledge should be culturally agnostic. Like if we're talking about the laws of physics, for example, it doesn't change like according to different cultures. I find it very weird that a bunch of computer scientists are deciding on like what's like morally acceptable versus not. It's concerning because you don't have everybody's voice. Like they're trying to instill human values into these models, but like what is human values? It's like very culture specific, and they turned out to be mostly like North American values. So again, I think the most important thing is like moving forward to just have diverse groups of individuals involved in the design and in the development of AI models. So both in terms of like diversity of expertise, so computer scientists, but also social scientists, legal experts, ethicists, and so on, but also like diversity in terms of gender, cultural background, and so on. Otherwise, you have this phenomenon of like these engineers saying, oh, it works for me, but not like until these tools are deployed, and often like in sensitive decision-making setups where it ends up discriminating against someone, and then you discover that, oh, actually there are problems in these tools. So yeah, just having a more diverse like set of people working on these tools is probably the best thing we can do right now. I'm getting increasingly more drawn to working with people and studying how people actually interact with these technologies and how they can be improved. Some questions that I'm interested in is like, to what extent the output of LLMs are actually different for users from different cultures, or like, do people from non-Western cultures actually have misunderstandings when they're like interacting with the language models because of these cultural assumptions? Or are like communication styles changing and unifying over time? I think that's a very interesting direction.